For many years, the Galactic Council had watched Earth with amusement. Humanity was small, their ships were old, their weapons were weak. The Council believed humans could never be a threat. They were just another young species trying to survive in a big galaxy, so the Council placed their watchers around Earth, invisible satellites, spy drones, listening posts, all hidden in the shadows of space. Every whisper from Earth was heard. Every move was recorded. But then one day, something changed. A strange signal came from the dark side of Earth's moon. It was not a normal signal. It was too strong, too powerful. The signal spread across space like a shockwave. It passed through Council systems. It made alien sensors blind. It shut down scout ships near Earth. It was like a sudden scream in a quiet room. The Council called an emergency meeting inside the Grand Chamber. Leaders from 50 alien races sat around a glowing map. The stars moved slowly. Earth's solar system was marked in red. Danger. We must find the source of the signal, said High Lord Krell of the Zantari Empire. It is just human error, said Ambassador Ferren from the Korgan worlds. They play with old tech and make mistakes. We should not be afraid. But others were not so sure. One alien captain spoke from the shadows. 3 of my ships vanished near the moon. No signal, no debris, just silence. The room went quiet. The Council voted to send a stealth ship to investigate. It was the Volkesh, one of the best spy ships in the galaxy, invisible to radar, faster than light, armed with quiet weapons. The Volkesh left immediately, headed for the moon. It never came back. No signal, no message, nothing. Then came the second shock. A human signal was broadcast across Council space. Not a scream this time, but a message. You are not welcome. Stay away from the moon. The voice was deep, calm, confident. The Council froze. How could humans send a signal that far? How did they know about the Volkesh? What were they hiding? One old admiral from the Tharn Union spoke softly. There is something under the moon, something we have never seen. So the Council studied their old spy files. They found something strange. For the past 10 years, Earth had been moving resources, metal, energy, people into a quiet zone on the far side of the moon. No one paid attention before. It looked like mining, but now it looked like something else, something hidden, more. News came. Earth's top scientists had vanished years ago. Their names were removed from public lists. No one knew where they went. Engineers, builders, AI programmers, all gone. Now the Council knew where they were. They were building something, but what? Theories filled the chamber. A super, said one. A shield generator, said another. No, said the Tharn Admiral. They built a ship. A giant ship. The chamber shook with noise. No one believed it. Humans could not build something so big without anyone noticing. But fear had started to grow. Then it happened. On the 4th day after the signal, something moved behind the moon at first. It looked like a shadow, slow, silent, cold, but then the shape grew, long, heavy, covered in black armor, no lights, no sound, just moving through space like a ghost. It was bigger than any known ship in Council records. The cameras from Council spy probes zoomed in. Everyone watching gasped. It was real, a massive supercarrier. Humanity had built a Goliath. The Council screamed for answers. How did they build this? How did they hide it? Where did the resources come from? who helped them, but the humans gave no answers, only silence, until the second message arrived. We built it because we had to, not for war, but we will not be weak. Again, the signal ended. Across the galaxy, Council leaders panicked. Alien empires sent ships near Earth's system, trying to watch. But the Goliath blocked all sensors. It was wrapped in strange energy. Its surface changed color like a chameleon. Its weapons were not visible, but everyone knew they were there. The Council could no longer laugh at Earth. This was not the same humanity they remembered. This was a new power, one that had been silent for too long, and now the silence had ended. Asterisk, the Goliath did not move fast. It drifted slowly, like a mountain in space. But even that slow movement sent shock through the galaxy. It was longer than 5 city blocks. Its body was black, smooth, and shaped like a blade. Its edges glowed faintly with blue energy. It had no windows, no markings, no sound, and yet everyone could feel it. Inside the Galactic Council, fear had turned into confusion. This ship should not exist, said one council member. It breaks 10-piece laws, said another, but no one had answers, only questions. The council sent a message to Earth, a formal warning. They demanded the Goliath stand down. They demanded that Earth show its weapons. They demanded access to the moon. Humanity did not respond. Instead, another signal came, but not from Earth. It came from the Goliath itself. A deep voice said, "We are awake now. Do not test us." The voice was not angry. It was not loud, but it was cold. Cold enough to freeze the hearts of warriors across the stars. The Council ordered one of its patrol fleets to investigate. They called it Fleet 910 warships with high-tech scanners and plasma missiles. The fleet arrived near the moon within hours. They circled carefully, staying just outside Earth's space zone. The captains waited for orders. One captain asked, "Should we fire warning shots?" The commander said, "No, not yet." The fleet scanned the Goliath from a distance. The ship was protected by a strange energy field. It blocked sensors. They could not see inside. They could not read power levels. It was like trying to scan a black hole. Then, without warning, the Goliaths turned. Not fast, just enough to face the Council fleet. Its massive hull glowed brighter. One of the warships sent a message, "Identify yourself." No answer. Another ship sent a warning, "You are near Council space. Stand down or we will engage." Still, no answer. Then it happened. A small beam of light came from the front of the Goliath. Not a missile, not a laser. Just a beam. It touched one Council ship. That ship vanished. Not exploded, not destroyed. Just gone. Like it was erased. The other 9 ships screamed in panic. They locked their weapons. The Goliath did nothing. The fleet backed away, fast. Every ship powered full engines and turned around. They ran. They did not fire a single shot. No one wanted to be next. The Council was shocked. They called it the erase beam. No one knew what it was. Some said it bent time. Others said it moved matter into another dimension. But everyone agreed it was not from Earth. "This is not human science," said one alien scientist. "They found something ancient, something lost." Now the Council believed a dark truth. The humans had help. They had found something, maybe on Earth, maybe under the moon, maybe long ago. But it was clear this supercarrier was not just a ship. It was a message, a message, written in silence and power. The Council debated again. Some wanted to attack. Others warned against it. They erased a warship with one shot, said the Tharn admiral. We attack, we lose. But the High Lords did not like being afraid. They sent another demand to Earth, but Earth still stayed. Silent, no interviews, no broadcasts, only the Goliath moved. The massive ship left the moon and began to drift into deep space. It stopped near Mars. It remained still again, watching, but Council spies were already working. One spy, satellite, caught images of human engineers near Mars. Another found a hidden base under the red surface. Then came the scariest discovery. There were two more Goliaths, both still under construction, one on Mars, one on Europa, a moon of Jupiter. If humans had 3 of these ships, the galaxy would never be the same. And then came the second surprise. A small alien cargo ship, unaware of the new human power, tried to enter the Mars zone. Its pilot ignored the warnings. He thought humans were still weak. The Goliath sent a single signal, leave. The ship ignored it. Seconds later, the Goliath sent another signal. Not a weapon, a wave of sound. But the sound was not noise, it was language. The alien pilot began screaming. He dropped to the floor of his ship. The cargo ship floated helplessly for hours. When rescue came, the pilot had gone insane. His last words were, "It spoke to my mind." Now even the Council's bravest warriors were afraid. This ship was not just a weapon, it was alive, or something like it. The Council sent a final message. Humanity, we request peace. We request talks. Let us understand you. Finally, Earth responded a single sentence. You did not listen when we were small. Now you will listen when we are strong. The signal ended. The galaxy held its breath, and the Goliath waited. The Galactic Council was divided. Some wanted peace with Earth, others wanted war. Some feared the Goliath, others believed it was all a trick. Many voices shouted, but one voice became louder than all. It was the voice of General Zorthal of the Zevton Dominion. He was proud, he was old, and he believed in war. They are bluffing, he said. A single ship cannot scare us. They stole power from the past, but they are still human. He pushed for an attack. He called it test. We will send the Dreadmore, our strongest warship, he said. Let us see what this Goliath really is. The Council agreed. Not all of them, but enough. The Dreadmore left its homeworld with 10 destroyers. Its captain was a warrior with 10 victories. Its weapons were designed to destroy entire moons. It had never lost a battle. The mission was simple. Approach Mars. Challenge the Goliath. Force it to respond. The world watched as the fleet entered the solar system. Human colonies fell silent. Earth remained quiet. The Goliath still floated near Mars, still and silent like before. The Dreadmore sent its first message. Human ship, you are in violation of galactic law. Power down and prepare for inspection. There was no answer. The second message was shorter. You will be boarded. Still. No answer. Then came the third message. Prepare to be fired upon. Silence. The Dreadmore charged its main cannon. A red glow formed at the front of the ship. The 10 destroyers locked on target. Energy beams were ready. The commander gave the final order. Fire. 10 beams shot forward. The red cannon screamed. The air around Mars shook. The weapons struck the Goliath from all sides, but nothing happened. No damage, no mark, not even a scratch. The Goliath had not even moved. Then it did. A small part of the Goliath opened. A single dark panel shifted. Something inside began to glow. A hum spread across space. Not a sound, but a vibration. It moved through ships, through metal, through bones. The Goliath spoke. "You have chosen violence." And then it acted. One by one, the destroyers vanished. Not exploded, not burned. They were simply removed. Gone from space like they were never there. The Dreadnought turned to flee. Its engines roared. The crew screamed. But they were too late. The Goliath's second weapon, a CTIV-ATED, a wave of gravity curved around space. It bent the stars. It twisted the Dreadnought's path. The ship began to break. Its metal screamed. Its energy fields shattered in seconds. The mighty Dreadnought was crushed like a tin can. Then silence again. The Goliath returned to stillness. Mars remained untouched. Earth said nothing. The galaxy went cold, for the first time in many years. The Galactic Council truly felt fear. A single ship had destroyed a battle group in under 1 minute. No effort, no mercy, no weakness, and no explanation. Who built the Goliath? Was it human or something more? The Council called an emergency meeting. A second one. This time there was no shouting, no arguing. Just silence and long faces. The Tharn Admiral spoke again. "We made a mistake." A voice from the Rimworlds spoke up. "They warned us." Another voice said, "What if they are not alone?" Suddenly, everyone remembered. The Moon, Mars, Europa, other ships, other Goliaths. How many had Earth built? How many were still hidden? Then a new fear rose. What if Earth was only defending? What if the Goliath was not the strongest? What if it was just the first? In deep space, far from Earth, a secret signal moved through the dark. It came from a dead satellite. The signal jumped from star to star. It was old, a code not used in centuries, and it came from the Goliath, a whisper across the stars. "We were peaceful. You forced our hand. Now remember us." On many worlds, people asked the same question. Why now? Why had humans been silent for so long? And why had they decided to rise now? Some believed Earth found ancient alien tech. Others thought humans had reached a point of no return. One Council spy found a file hidden inside a damaged drone near Jupiter. The file was short. It said, "The Council laughed. They watched us. They judged us. But now we show them what they never saw." Earth had prepared, not for war, but for respect. The Goliath was not made to destroy. It was made to be seen. To send a message, "We are here, and we will not be silent." Again, the galaxy watched. The Council trembled, and far in the dark, another ship began to wake. After the Dreadnought was destroyed, the Galactic Council could no longer deny the truth. Humanity had changed. Earth was no longer a weak world on the edge of the stars. The Goliath had spoken without words. Its silence was louder than war. Its power was clear. But the question remained, how? How did humans build something so advanced, so powerful, without anyone noticing? The Council launched a deep investigation. Spies were sent. Hidden probes were activated. Old data was studied again. From orbit, Earth still looked normal. Cities, oceans, satellites. But something felt wrong. The humans were calm, too calm, as if they had been waiting for this moment for a long time. A spy from the Velarax Empire managed to land near the Himalayas. Disguised as a human, he followed a trail of missing scientists. One name came up again and again: Dr. Alina Mar, physicist who vanished 20 years ago. She once worked on gravity research, but her records stopped without warning. The spy traced her last known location to a mountain facility buried under ice. What he found there was not a base. It was something far older, ruins, not human ruins, alien. The walls were made of metal that felt alive. The symbols on the floor glowed when touched. In the center of the chamber was a massive sphere floating in the air, silent, cold, waiting. Then it opened. The spy never returned. The council lost contact with him. His ship was found floating in orbit 3 days later, completely intact but empty. No damage, no body, just one message scratched into the hull. They found the builders. That word builder spread through the council like fire. It was a myth, a legend, a story told to young alien cadets about a race that came before all others, the first ones, the creators, the engineers of the galaxy, the ones who built the stars. The builders were said to be long gone, extinct, lost to time. But what if Earth had found them? Or what if the builders had left something behind, and only humanity had the mind to understand it? Panic grew. The Goliath was not just a weapon, it was proof. Proof that Earth had uncovered something ancient. Proof that they had knowledge far beyond the laws of current science. One by one, other ruins were discovered on Earth. A vault under the Pacific Ocean, a black tower hidden in the Amazon, a strange ring buried in the sands of Africa. Each site pulsed with a strange energy. Not radioactive, not magnetic, something else, something deeper. The humans never explained, they only protected. Any alien probe that came too close was erased, not destroyed, erased like it never existed. The council held secret meetings. "We must act now," said one lord. "If we wait, Earth will outgrow us." But others feared the cost. "They have not attacked us," said another. "They only respond when we cross the line." Even now, Earth sent no threats, no armies, no demands, only silence. And in that silence, something began to grow: respect. Some races started to admire the humans. The Cyrene Union sent a private message asking for an alliance. The Valari traders opened secret talks for technology exchange. Even smaller planets who once feared Earth now wanted to join them, because Earth had done something no other race had ever done. They had faced the council, and the council backed away. Meanwhile, more images of Goliath-class ships leaked across the networks. On Europa, a massive hangar door opened on the icy surface. A black shape rose from the deep. It was not finished, still under construction, but even half-built, it looked terrifying. It was called Goliath II, and near Saturn, a third ship began to rise from the clouds of Titan. Goliath III, the Council, watched in silence. 3 supercarriers, 3 symbols of Earth's strength. But what if there were more? What if Earth had already begun building a fleet? Then, one night, a signal came from deep space. Not from Earth, not from the Council, but from somewhere forgotten. A rogue probe picked it up. It was a map, a star, chart showing dozens of systems, all marked in red, all near, old. Builder ruins, and each one now had human ships. Nearby, the humans were not just exploring, they were hunting, searching, collecting. Learning. Earth was building something bigger than just ships. They were building knowledge, and knowledge in the wrong hands was more dangerous than any weapon. The final message Earth sent was short, a whisper, barely a signal. We do not seek war, but we will not hide any more. And with that, the stars turned quiet again. But no one slept easy, because now everyone understood the truth. The real war had not even started, and humanity was only getting started. In every corner of the galaxy, silence turned to fear, and fear turned to respect. The Galactic Council no longer controlled the stars. They no longer laughed at Earth. They no longer ignored humanity's signals. The old balance was broken, and every eye now watched one place, the Sol system. Humanity had awakened, and the Goliaths were no longer secrets. Near the moon, the first Goliath floated quietly, watching. Near Mars, Goliath 2 powered up its engines. On Titan, Goliath 3 rose through orange clouds like a mountain rising from smoke. But these were only the ones the galaxy had seen. There were more. On Europa, the ice split open, revealing a hidden city of machines. On Ceres, human workers left the shadows and began to lift another Goliath-class frame into orbit. Even Pluto, once ignored and forgotten, now glowed with strange lights. The system had changed. Earth was no longer alone. Earth now controlled space itself. Inside the Council, panic grew. The old empires argued. The Tharn Union demanded full war. The Korgan lords begged for surrender. The Valrax Empire left the Council entirely, afraid their own people would turn. To Earth, small worlds across the stars began to send messages to Earth. Will you protect us? Will you trade with us? Will you teach us? Humanity answered with calm words. We are not your rulers. We are not your enemies. But we are no longer your servants. The Council sent a final delegation to Earth. A team of 20 alien leaders arrived in orbit, escorted by drones. They were taken not to Earth, but to the Goliath, inside the ship. They saw no crew, no guards, no weapons, only machines. And in the center of the ship, they met a voice, not a person, but an intelligence. The voice said, I am the speaker of Goliath. The aliens asked, who built you? The voice replied, human hands, builder minds. Together, the aliens asked, why now? The voice answered, because the galaxy forgot to listen. So we made something too loud to ignore. One alien tried to demand access. The voice warned him, ask, but do not demand. We remember who watched us from the shadows. The Council left in silence. No war was declared. No treaty was signed. But something changed that day. Power had shifted. The Goliaths began to move. Not for attack, not for war, but for something else. One traveled to the edge of the system, where a builder ruin floated in deep space. Another moved toward a dead star that no one had entered for centuries. A third entered hyperspace and vanished, its destination unknown. The galaxy whispered, are they building more? Are they waking something older? Will they leave? The galaxy next. On Earth, the people remained calm. Their leaders gave few speeches. There were no great parades, no celebrations. But everywhere, people looked up at the sky with new eyes. They had made it. They were no longer the hunted. They were now the watchers. One boy in Africa watched the Goliath rise above the clouds and said, it looks like a god. His father replied, no, it looks like us, just bigger. In the rim systems, resistance fell apart. Old slaver empires shut down. Pirates vanished. Human patrols flew near small worlds, and the people cheered. They had never seen justice arrive so fast, and still, humanity stayed silent. They did not take planets. They did not demand tribute. They did not become tyrants, but no one dared to test them again. Even the oldest empires rewrote their laws to avoid conflict with Earth. New schools taught about the Goliath event. New maps showed the Sol system in gold, not grey. And deep in the stars, ancient warnings carved by the builders glowed once more. He who awakens the Goliath must prepare to kneel or rise. The meaning was clear now. Earth had not just found the past, they had become part of it. One final broadcast came from Earth. Not loud, not proud, just clear. To the galaxy, we do not come to conquer. We come to grow. We come to learn. But we will never bow again. The message ended. The Goliaths remained, floating giants in the dark. A warning, a promise, a future. And though the stars were wide and the dangers still many, one truth now echoed louder than ever. Humanity had arrived, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again.